Okay, this is a quick weekend review for myself, but for those who wanted to see how I do my own back testing, like I said, I only go a week back or so. The prior week, that's good enough to let me know whether something was solid. There was an email that came in, hey, I want to back test your ocean wave to see about the arrows. Well, these arrows up here, they don't repaint. These change depends on. These down here tell you where the trend is currently on each one of these time frames, but these up here, they never change. They don't repaint. So what you see is what you get. Okay. All right. So let me just go through this. And this is Apple for those who trade stocks, which are MT4 or soon to be MT5. And I am working on the MT5 versions, as I told you guys. I'll do another video probably next week to cover the MT4, MT5 issue. But I want to go over these things so that I can see what actually happened in the markets that I actually did well on. What did I miss? What could I improve on next week? That's why I'm doing this. So you guys are actually just looking over my shoulder as I, kind of stare at myself and take a look at what I missed. Okay. So, and by the way, I know Hancock Trade and Hugo's Way is giving a problem. So if you have a problem with them, just send us the new account numbers. We'll switch them out for you. Don't worry about it, you guys. Okay. And I'll see you in class on Wednesday. All right. So I'm going backwards. Actually, no, let me go with my AUD. USD. So there was a lot of news this week. And so the markets towards the end were acting quite funny because of NFP and other economic news. So in the beginning of the week, it was spilling out pretty well. And then midweek, like I told you guys, it hit that support, midweek reversal, and then it came up and then it dropped on Friday because of news. This one here is interesting. I really like this one. I'm going to keep my eye on this one. This is one of my nice pairs because it moves so slow. A lot of people don't like slow players, but I love them. These are the ones where you can just take a trade and go on vacation. So, however, this thing is a little bit far away from the main wave. So I'm hoping that there will be a pullback. And if there is, I wouldn't mind riding this one into the sunset, especially if I get more confirmation down here. All right. And that is on the 15-minute. Look at that thing right there. That looks really, really nice. But we'll see how it plays out when the market's open. And this is the reason why. Price action is way too far from the main wave. So me personally, I think I'm going to wait, see if it pulls back up to the main wave, retest it, and see where it goes from there. I like when it starts off like up here. Price action is really, really close to the main wave. And people ask, what is the main wave? Well, you can kind of see it right here. All the other little lines, they're really, really small. The only one that's larger is this orange and yellow, which, by the way, you can go in there and change the colors to whatever you want. There's an option in here to switch that out. Right here, see, yellow and green. Green is the main one. I switched mine to green. I made this one yellow for down, green for up, and then the blue is the neutral zone. And you can change the size of these if you want to make them bigger. You have all those options in there. Okay, so I just made mine yellow for down, green for up. So when I see this, that means these are waving. See that, like a pair of stairs. And it's just waving downwards like a wave of the sea. See, that's the wave. Made me sick. So anyway, it's too far away from the main wave. Okay. I like it to be close and tight to the main wave when it starts, and then you can drop as far as you want. But if it's starting off too far from the main wave, no, because you'll be down here and then it pulls back up to the main wave, you'll be deep in drawdown. So not something I'm looking forward to. Not a pair I would look forward to. Too choppy and sloppy. I told you guys any pairs that's choppy and sloppy like this, I'm not interested. Normally the CAD pairs are running smooth, but economic data causes it to run a little nasty. Even on the 1 hour, you can see when it was going up, it was choo, but now it's choppy and sloppy. I don't know what's going on, so I just move on. Not going to touch it. This one created a double bottom down here. I don't want it. So we'll see what this looks like on the reversal system, which is sexy analyst simplicity. Because it could be double bottoming for come up to retest the main wave. So nope, nothing there. Not looking forward to you next week. This one, choppy and sloppy. See, a lot of these were choppy and sloppy economic data. So you just wait, wait for it to smooth out. This one is smoothing out. We'll see how that plays out. The arrows are looking good on that one so far, but it'll be on the radar. We'll see. This is an absolute no. See, absolutely not. I don't care what these arrows say. I don't want this. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is meow, 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 cat scratching, you know, like a cat scratching on a chalkboard. Absolutely not. So that's an absolute no. No, thank you. All right, now this is one. See, I like these smooth ones. These are the pairs I love. The smooth ones. Smooth like butter. But we'll see how this plays out because it did pull back to the main wave. We'll see if it dips back below and follow suit to possibly retest this level right here. See, so it could dip back down and touch that level, but we'll see how that plays out. Like I said, I want to wait for the market to open, settle, and get comfortable, which is why I was teaching you guys that on Wednesday's past class about why I personally don't even want to look at these charts until at least 9 p.m. New York time or Eastern time. Because I want all these markets to clear themselves up, like a bad cold. You know how you have congestion and you have to blow your nose to clean your nose, you know, nasal passages. I want all this nasal gunk to be cleared out to make sure y'all done over the weekend and this and that. This would be a nice one if we get a fresh arrow. This arrow way back here, so that means, see, this is CAD, and this is what I was telling you. I love the CADs when they run smooth. This is Euro CAD. Look at how smooth that thing ran. This is what I'm talking about. That's what I'm 269 pip of Ruzies, and you could have held that thing 1 day, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, a solid 7 days. 269 pips, and at one time did the jump above the ocean wave. And you could have just took your stop loss and just kept moving it down each one of these waves as price action was flowing down, which is another reason why I like the ocean wave. You can use the waves above, see, to tell you right there. Just keep moving it. Right there, you may have been bumped out a bit if you had it too tight. Me, when I'm trailing a stop, I like to have it at least 2 waves above. So that means me, I would have had my stop right here when it was down here. So I still would have been in play. And look what happened. It just came up a little bit and then it continued down and looked like it could finish. But if you want to have it 1 wave just to be tight, that's up to you, your business. Okay. That was a nice one. All right, here we go. Keep looking. See these tight and right ones? I love these. These are the ones I'm talking about. Small and tight. Small and tight. Okay. Smooth, small, and tight. Now this one is flickering above the neutral zone. So this is where you would have got out of this trade. Let's go see what's happening on the 15 and see. Smooth and tight. Easy, slow money. Oh, y'all, I don't like them slow pairs. All right, well, cool. Go ahead and keep going with the fast tail chicks. Let's shake your behind. They shake their behind real fast and shake you out of your money like you in a club. Yeah, okay. See? Smooth money. Smooth. Like I said, you want the hot boys? Go ahead. 410 pips without even batting an eye of whether it's going to break above and hit your stop. And all you have to do is move your stop loss around above the waves all the way down for 400 and some pips. But you want the fast stuff. Go right ahead. Go ahead. Do you. I ain't who me to argue. Anyway, nope, absolutely not. See, this is consolidation, choppy and sloppy. See, and you can see it on higher time frames as to what's going on. So if you're ever caught in some of these and you say, I want to take this trade, I want to take this trade, I don't care what Uncle P says, I want to take this trade. And then you start crying back, your system don't work. No, you don't work. You hard-headed. I told you, look at this. Who want to trade something like this? But the arrows down there, I don't care. I don't care. Look at this. Which way is this really going? You don't know. Then leave it alone. When in doubt, stay the heck out. I've been saying that for the longest. Why y'all keep taking these stupid trades and on full well, you don't know what it's going to do. When you could have easily jumped into one of these that made complete sense on where it was going. Complete sense. So is it the system that ain't got no complete sense or is you? It's you. You ain't got no common sense. Stop playing around. How long you want to keep struggling? Well, it just takes too long. Okay, then guess what? Stay with your job. Because it seems to be taking a while too there, huh? You keep saying you want to retire, but you come in here and you're being hard-headed. Stop being stubborn. Why would you fool with something that looks crazy when you could have easily just stuck with something that just made common sense to you? Hey, I can clearly see this is heading down. I will go with that. Wait for a fresh arrow. If you don't get a fresh arrow, wait for one. Just wait. Go into these smaller ones. So you look at GA. And look at this. GA, or this. Do you get what I'm saying? That's why I said some of the philosophies that we were taught, looking back on it, no wonder it's taken the retail traders so long to overcome their challenges. We're encouraged to go with the faster pairs, knowing full well that it's just going to blow your account up. Unless you're an expert trader, you shouldn't even be worried about that. If you have a full-time job, and you should be going with the slow pair so that you can put a trade on, go to work, earn some income for your family while earning a side hustle here so that you can come home, check your trade, and be at peace. You can be all day long at work knowing full well that this thing has very, very relatively little chance of jumping up and hitting your stop. Nope, that's not what you want. You want these fast pairs that shake their tail and you scared to death all day long. Can't even focus on work because you don't know whether this thing gonna hit your stop or not. But it's the fast pair. It's the fast pair. I want the fast money. I want to scalp. I want to get scalping. And they just scalping your head. So do what you want to do. Like I said, I don't argue with people no more. See? This is more calm. This is even better than this. See? You know, this is, but like I said, if you want to understand what's going on, before you take the trade and you seeing all this, you say, oh, okay, I don't know which one to believe. Go right up here to this 4 hour or the daily, and you'll see this is what's happening. What does this look like? Consolidation. You got it. That's why it's not trending. It's going sideways because it's consolidating on a higher time frame. So I don't need to get involved with something like this. I don't want a financial relationship with confusion. Write that in your notes. Avoid financial relationships where there's confusion. I will say this again. Avoid financial relationships where there is confusion. And that is on these markets or in your personal life. If there's confusion, leave. Anytime I start noticing that people are chaotic or confusing, I leave. I'm done. I'd quickly disconnect now because I don't want to be involved in that stupidity. All that's going to happen is it's going to bring you down. You're going to lose something dealing with that or people like that. Or am I very clear on that? People who love chaos and confusion and this and that, they always bring some drama. Always. Always. And so I'm done. I back off. I don't want to be bothered. I want peace in my life. So even when I'm trading, I want peace in my life. And when I see this, all you have to do is click to the higher time frame and clearly you can see. Even on the daily, you can see it was heading up. But what is it doing here? It's just saying, I'm not going anywhere. We don't know what to do. We're confused. That's consolidation, confusion. So right here in your notes, consolidation equals confusion. I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. And that's what the market is telling me on this pair. I don't know where to go and I don't know what to do. So when in doubt, you got it. Stay out. That pair is in doubt. Now you could have went with this one, see? And here's a fresh arrow. When I say that, here's what I meant. Look at this arrow way back here. It's just too late to get in. There's no opportunity. But on this one here, you had different arrows coming in along the way to tell you, hey, go ahead and hop on in this thing. And there you go. You could have hopped in and rode this one onto the sunset. Okay. This one here is already done. See, on the G pairs, they gave you several chances to get in and go to the downside. And even if you would have hopped in, let's say to this one, you would have made 124 pips. Okay. Now see, GJ, see, makes more sense. GA, confusion. GJ, no confusion. Smooth down. See? And this is what you want to backtest. This one I'm looking for. When you come in, and do you go down for a minute? Even here, this one went in, boop, down. Okay. Boop, up. Neutral zone. See that blue? Neutral zone. Came out. See, even this one spiked a little bit, but then it went on down. Arrows confirmed. Okay. Let's move on. Same thing. See? Now this one is doing that double bottom. I'd be interested to see what this one looks like right here. So I probably won't fool with this. We'll see what the sexy analyst simplicity says. See that double bottom? Came down, retest, and now it's breaking above a little bit. So, nope. Not going to touch you on next week. But this is one I want to keep my eye on. Now this is pretty. This is what I'm looking for. When the arrows come in, see it's smooth. Smooth. You want to back test? You can hit that 1 hour. See? Smooth. 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 And you can see how it cuts across below the neutral zone. And even that is what? Smooth and small candled. smooth and small candles. So now this is one that is a gorgeous one to me. See? And then you look at this. Here's the biggest thing to look at. When you're using the ocean wave, what I'm looking for not only is the small candles, but how many of those candles broke above the main wave itself. Like when this was going up, look, did you see it ever come down and take out a stop loss below the main wave? No, never did. It just constantly stayed where it was supposed to be, above. So this one is staying above. So this is definitely 100% going to be on my radar next week. Because look at how many times have it been riding, even with the news events and everything else that happened over the last week. Look how many times it broke above the main wave. So as long as I keep my stop loss quite a bit, out of the way, a couple of waves up, this one of mine is, then I'm all right. If I can get a chance, we'll see how the market opens up. But yeah, this is going to be on my radar. This is what I'm looking for. This is exactly what I want. Small candles, never broke above the main wave, moves very slowly. And this is GBP USD, which is a lot of people's favorite pair. But you can see why. Definitely one of the top picks for me next week. Number one. That's number one pair. We'll see how that one plays out. It's a little too far away from the main wave. See how close this one is to the main wave? All right, let me show you what I mean. See, here's the main wave. Here's price action. Main wave, price action. Main wave, price action. They're still relatively close. Look at this, though. Where's the main wave? Way up here. Where's this? Way down here. And it's creating that double bottom right here. So chances are it may bounce and pull back up. Okay. All right. What's the thought on this? Okay. I don't know. I don't like it. See, this is what I meant. You go to a 15-minute, go to a lower time frame. What do you see? Too far. And what does that mean? It's going to possibly bounce back up to the main wave. So I'm not looking at it for this week. Not yet. And this is confusing. So I know, not yet. So GU seems like the winner so far for me. See, what is this? Consolidation. That's what I was telling you guys. See that? See? You clearly see it on the 4-hour consolidation. So what that mean for me? I'm not messing with you either. NU. Let's take a look at you. NU. Hey man, NU. All right, you can see this spelled out. This is what I'm talking about. See, this is why you want to wait. See what the market does. See if it recovers. There was news on Friday. And so NFP news and other economic data that pushed the markets crazy. So look at how this thing jumped all the way down. It's too far from the main wave, so I'm going to wait and see if this pulls back up to the main wave and see if this thing smooths out. Because when it does, look at this. Not one time did this thing break below the main wave on the way down. Now it's in neutral zone, so I expect this consolidatory action, which is what it's doing, before it makes its decision to start going the other way. So I want to wait, see how this plays out. This one might be on my radar. Make sure that everything lines up. So that's what I'm going to do on that one. All right, let's take a look at UCAD. All right, UCAD, not much. It's just sitting sideways, consolidating. I keep my eye on it. U-Swiss, same thing. It did a breakout because of news events. But we want to see it settle down and see if it just thins itself out so you can ride the wave. All right, UJ. See, UJ. See how this is thin? Never broke above until it hits the neutral zone. Okay? So you would have got some pips on the way down, moving your stop, just follow along. Okay, you could have stayed in it, and then boom, there's the big drop. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. Small candles are king to me. Small. Okay, all right, let's go to the S&P. S&P had a breakout because of news. The overall, though, if you go to the 1 hour, you can see that thing never stopped. So those who like to trade indices, the ocean wave would have been your absolute best bet. Just think about this. You could have been riding this one pair since November 3rd in one direction the whole time. Look at that. It never came down and broke that main wave until way up here. And then after that, it sent you another one, which happened last week, and told you, let's keep the party going. And look at the arrows here. US, the NAS, same thing. You could have rolled it around the same time. And then up here is where you would have got out when it turned blue on the neutral zone. Okay? And then US 30, same thing. You never would have got out of it. You still would have been riding in US 30. And some of you guys trying to scalp it and it's peeling your scalp. When all you had to do is take it right here. And that was also November 3rd. where this thing had been running since November 3rd. You could have been in the US 30 the whole time. I can't wait for this thing to go down the other way though, because I'm sure gonna ride this curtail all the way down to the downside. But look at that MACD. Told you never get out. It had a little dippity do on a little pullback, but on the 1 hour, which is a good time to look at these on the 1 hour, which is a middle frame. It's not the highest time frame, but it's not the lowest. But you can clearly see, man, you could have just never got out. Just stay in. It's just stay in. It just never broke below the wave. See that? And this is the type of trades I'm looking for. How many times do you break up below or above the wave? Let me go to GA again. See that? See how many times it breaks up and above? You don't want that. This is what you want with the ocean wave. It's like you're chilling on the beach, looking at the ocean. This is where you fell over the boat and you're struggling in the ocean. You see what I'm saying? Big difference. Yeah, both of them, the ocean is beautiful. It just depends on if you're watching it or if you're in it. And this will put you in the ocean where you're struggling, but you want to be on the beach where you're watching the ocean. Big difference. You get it? Okay. Here's gold. Gold went up for quite a while. It peaked up because of some news, and then it came back down, and now it's just consolidating. So I don't like it. I'm not going to do anything with that. Here's natural gas. Natural gas did a phenomenal job of just going straight on down, just following the rules. Look, only one time it came up just a bit, but this is why I keep my stop 2 waves above. See? So the price was here. Here's wave 1. Here's wave 2. So that means when the price action did jump up a bit, I still would have been in the game, because where's my stop loss? My stop loss would have been right about here. See? Second wave right there. Okay, so yeah, I would have had my stop right there on that second wave. See, boom, 1 wave. Here's price action. Here's wave 1, wave 2. So if you're doing a trailing stop, for me, yes, it would have started here, and as it moves down, moves down, moves down. So when price action was here, my stop would have been above this wave, and then it kept on going. You could just kept dropping your stop 1 wave at a time. And see, all you had to do is follow it. Boom, 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 boom. See? And look at where it started at. Your stop started way up here, and look at where it is here. And that's why I like the ocean wave, because it has pre-built-in levels where you can put your stop loss if you want to trail the thing, because you don't know how far down it can go. It can go maybe a little bit, or it can go quite a long run like the natural gas did. And here's Apple for those who like to trade Apple or any stock that your broker offers on your platform. So here's, go to 30-minute, you'll see this better. Look at Apple. See, never came below the main wave. These are what I'm looking for. When it went down, it never broke above the main wave. When it goes up, never broke below the main wave. It just stays in place. Okay. And you can back test by looking at the arrows. See, if you want to back test, just pull it back. These arrows don't repaint. See, never broke above. Never came up to hit your stop until boom, blue, it hit your neutral zone. You get out. Neutral zone. So you wouldn't have bothered with this. And then look, it continued back down, smooth, 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 smooth. Then it hit blue for neutral zone again. See? Once it hit blue, you want to get out, let it rest, because that means there's another move coming afterwards. All right? Enough of that one. All right. Now I'm going to switch over and go faster because I want to get back to sleep. It is very early. Let's go to Sexy Simple. All right, and let's take a look at the reversal trade. So this is for Team B. Team B is the reversal traders. Team A was Ocean Wave. That's the trend traders in the beginning of the week. Unless there's days of exceptions or an exceptional day where, like last week, there was big economic data and therefore the market needs to recover, then you may find some reversals at that point. But typically the market wants to stay in the trend, and I told you GU going to be my favorite on next week, and NU is going to be my next one, but who knows? We'll see. All right. Let's do this. Let's go to the 4 hour. Now on this one for reversals, I always like to start on full. Okay. All right. So here we go. A lot of higher lows were created. See, this is where you could have got in on this one, just stayed in the trade, let it ride on down to the sunset. Okay. But let's keep going. There was a lot of stuff, a lot of noise last week. Okay. Yeah. Oh, by the way, JPY pairs went nuts. And that's because they actually made an announcement that they're finally possibly going to get rid of that zero interest rate that they're doing, which means you deposit money with the JPY bank and you're not going to make nothing because their interest rates are at zero. So there was a statement said that they're considering getting rid of that and raising their interest rates, which means that if you raise the interest rates on the currency, it raises instantly its value. So therefore, all of those pairs on the JPYs went nuts. And this is why when you're trading, you have to trade using very careful leverage, because it doesn't have to be a scheduled announcement. The country can come out and say a statement, and things like this can happen. And you were over leveraged in the position or trying to pass a prop firm challenge, and they told you you only have this amount to play with on your daily limit. You went over that, you lost the challenge because you was looking at the setup, not realizing at any given time there could be an explosion of news that comes out on a currency pair, and that can completely wipe out your trade. It has happened to me numerous times. Numerous. And it has nothing to do with your trading setup, your indicators, your trading style, your this, that. It's economic data. Don't forget you're trading countries' economies. So they can come out at any given time and say anything they want, and this market will end up doing something like this out of the blue and take you out. So that's why managing your risk is so important. It's not just about whether you were good at spotting a trade. It's to protect your account in case something like that happens. And you'll see that on all these JPY pairs. So this is Cat Swiss. Now you can kind of see the consolidatory situation I was telling you about as to why I didn't want to fool with Cat Swiss on the ocean wave. Look at all this consolidating. It's drifting down, but it's consolidating. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, now this is what I was telling you. See this? That double bottom stuff? Boom, boom. That was a nice trade. Here's a low. Here's a higher low. So I think this thing it could come down and retest, but, you know, eventually I think this thing is going to, if it does drop below here and retest this level, that would be great because you can get in and ride on up. But I'm expecting this to ride on up. But that's midweek. I'm not expecting anything right now in the beginning of the week. All right. And this is GUG just hanging out right there, just consolidating. But I think once midweek, this will be on my radar to see if it comes down and retest this level. If it does, midweek or, you know, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, yeah, I think this is one. If it comes back down and hit this level again, it's going to be on my radar because it's constantly telling me that that's where it wants to break out from. Okay. And it's trying to go lower, but it's not going. When if you can't go lower, you got all this recovery space up here. Even if it goes to the 50% retracement on the Fibonacci, which we have pre-built into the Sexy Analyst. It's already pre-built in. You don't have to draw your fib levels. It's pre-built in. That'll give me 104 pips from there to there. So absolutely, yes, I like you. Okay, nothing there, nothing there, nothing there. And here's one that I'm in. I'm still holding it straight. This is one like I was telling you about. I got in way down here. Okay, there's the 4 hour, tap, 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 drop to the 15-minute, and there's my arrow. See, real simple strategy with using this system. Tap, tap. Now, this is the super simplicity system with the Sexy Analyst combined. You want to put on the Sexy Analyst first and then put the simplicity on top of it. And those two together are powerful, powerful, powerful. Okay. So we built simplicity to work with the zones and everything else, but then I just enhanced it by building in the Sexy Analyst, which gives you outer trend lines, inner trend lines, support and resistance scanner, trend line scanner. It gives you supply and demand zones. So it gives you the auto Fibonacci levels. It even gives you the Fibonacci retracements. Do you want the regular fibs or do you want the Fibonacci retracements or do you want both on your charts? Anything that you want that you normally would have had to do manually to draft up, we built it into the Sexy Analyst so you can do it in seconds to help enhance your analysis. Or you can turn them all off and just simply use the simplicity system by itself. But with the two of those together, every tool that I used to have to sit for hours and hours and do on the weekend to actually mark up my charts, we actually pre-built it into the Sexy Analyst. And that's why it's such a small cost for that system. And when you use it with the simplicity system, it's extremely powerful. So you can see exactly why I chose this. See, here's the supply and demand zone, which you can change all these colors, by the way. You can see the supply and demand zone built in, and then the simplicity has a custom built system to tell us where the baseline is, or what we call the batter's box. So as you can see, when price action got caught at the top of the batter's box here, beautiful money was made. Okay, so now here it is at the low batter's box. I got in way down here. Yeah, I'm gonna hold that trade. Even if it pulls back, it's okay because it's telling me this is you at the bottom of the batter's box, supply and demand zone, everything I need to let me know this is the low point. You ain't going away. So guess what? And now from the daily, look at this. Look at that. From the daily, every time it did this, what did it do? Boom, shot all the way back up from this trend line. See, the trend lines are already built. And some of this stuff, that was 741 pips. So I'm catching you right down here, and you're at the 38.2 Fibonacci on the daily, and you ain't got me. Look at this level. See that blue box? It's telling me everything I need to know in seconds. I just click the button and it automatically readjusts the charts for me. I don't have to mark up charts no more. So in seconds, I can make a determination. And this is why when it hit midweek reversal, yeah, I'm up big in this one. I'm up big, and I'm going to continue to hold it. Even if it pulls back some, that's all good with me. I'm going to just, hey, hold it until you break up out of this box, and then you have to come back up to the upside. Come up. Okay. Now, here's GA. Remember I was telling you that GA on the ocean wave, choppy and sloppy? This is what it actually looks like on regular charts. That's why I said, do not fool with these. Leave it alone. It doesn't know what it wants to do, so just find somebody else to deal with. I don't know why people get addicted to these and they keep asking, well, what would you do in this pair? What do you think I would do? What makes common sense to you? Get what I'm saying? It don't make no sense to be fooling with something like this. It's just, look at it. It's crazy. I don't want to be a part of that world. So never, 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 ever, ever. Look at all these things I can choose from to trade. Look at all these. I have all of these to choose from, but I'm going to get stuck in my head on how to get into this one here. Y'all do what you want. All right. As you can see, this was in the downtrend. Okay. Hit the batter's box, drop to the 15-minute, and there was zero. Simple as that. Simple trading. Simple. Y'all making it too hard. That was about 52 pips. See? Batter's box. That green box? Batter's box. 2 or more candles. Dip, dip, dip. Tells you okay. Drop to the 15-minute, wait for the arrow, and there it was. Simple trade. Okay? But anything this week? No, I don't see nothing. Okay? Nope. This one looked like it's spilling to the downside. GCAD. All right. Nope. Nothing there. This is GU. All right. That's the NJ. Nothing there. Nothing there. I can't wait for this one to clean itself up, but you can see all that consolidation. This is what I was telling you. You can see it. Choppy, choppy, choppy. Choppy, choppy, choppy. All right. Nope. See, not much. Not much on reversals. Not much on reversals. That's why you wait for midweek. Okay. Nothing there on the NASDAQ. See, these are still saying. See, this is what I'm saying. You can see that consolidation right here. So it's not safe if you're trying to reversal trade it. It's not safe because it may consolidate and do what? Continue on up and do a breakout. Okay. Same thing here. Okay. It's consolidating. You don't know what it's going to do. Here's gold. I told you gold looked crazy. I don't like it. Natural gas. But you can see how smooth it was looking on the ocean wave. It was smooth as butter on the ocean wave. Huh? And this is Apple to the upside. Now, Apple is getting stuck right up here. So, you know, we'll see how that plays out. You can see it's in the batter's box now. See the red batter's box? See that? It's in the batter's box. So if you are going to trade, you know, these stocks, make sure to take a look at your reversal system just to see, hey, because look what happened when it came into the batter's box last time. Consolidated, consolidated, and then dropped out of there. Dropped out, dropped, and then shot back up. So it's up in the batter's box again, the red batter's box for sale. Green batter's box is for buy. Now, again, these can come at red and blue, I think, but you can come in here and change the colors on simplicity to whatever you want these batter's boxes or these trim boxes to be. Okay, these box support boxes, and you'll see the settings. When you get the simplicity system, you'll see the settings, and you can change these batter's boxes. I call them batter's boxes, but you can change these to whatever color you want. Okay, so that's the wrap up. I'm gone. I have a hot date with my wife this weekend, so peace and hair grease. Hopefully this video is helping you guys, and I will see you in Sunday's video for the news.